Hello everyone, this is Jason Sharkey with Stories and STEM from the Literacy Coalition. Here's my mom again. Hi. And today we'll be learning about shadows.
If you think where it's a little bit dark right now, it's because we are talking about shadows and what makes them and how they work.
A good book to think about this would be Peter Pan.
By J.M. Barrie.
Now, the reason why it would be a good one is because Peter Pan's shadow is always all over the place.
Yeah, it's always sneaking off, getting lost, things like that. Must be a magical shadow.
Yeah, I think it is.
So the supplies you need for today are some paper, a pair of scissors, some tape, a stick or a pencil, and a flashlight.
This one's really bright.
That one's really bright. So, when you're talking about shadows, there's a few important things. A shadow comes from an object that is between the light source. So here's my light source, and this is my object, and the shadow is behind it.
Now, this is an interesting fact. The closer you move your object or hand or whatever to the shadow, the more the object comes in line with the shadow.
If you want to make your shadow bigger, move it closer to the light source.
Now I'm just blocking the whole thing.
Now for your activity today, you're going to take your piece of paper and you're going to draw a simple shape. So, just a simple shape, square, triangle, circle, and then you're going to take that shape and you're going to cut it out.
There we go.
So, Jason drew his shape. I'm going to cut that out for me. That would be awesome. Then we're going to take his shape and we're going to tape it to the pencil. Not that complicated. But we're going to be doing some experiments with this shadow figure that he's making. Now, because an object always has to be between the light source and its shadow, when you think about the phases of the moon, it's not caused by the Earth's shadow. The only time the Earth's shadow is actually blocking the moon is when there's a lunar eclipse. The rest of the time that we're looking at the moon, we see the light side and the dark side of the moon. So here's your pencil, and here's some tape.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, got the tape. Yeah, just tape your pencil right to it.
I'm just going to tape it right here. It doesn't matter where.
No. Just enough so that you can hold the shape up.
And if you want, you can even use the pencil you used to draw the shape on.
Yeah. Do it.
No, I got this. I got this.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
Cool.
So there we go. I got it.
All right, and we're going to put a second piece of tape so that it doesn't fall off.
Yeah.
All right, you can tape it this way, you can tape it up and down, whatever shape you want. So now...
Can you tape it in the middle?
Yeah, if you want to.
Oh.
So now, I have my light, and we have our shadow. Now, because he basically drew a circle, the shadow pretty much looks like a circle until he rotates the object. Now it looks like a straight line. And now, if he turns it, it kind of looks like an oval. And then if he turns it more, it looks like a circle. So it changes depending on the angle of your object.
Now it looks like an anemometer.
And now it looks like an anemometer. That's a different lesson. We'll do anemometers later. Now, it's important to understand that not all objects are going to make nice, cool shadows. Some objects are what you call opaque. An opaque object means that nothing can shine through it. It absorbs all of the light.
So, for example, an opaque object would be this right here.
All of the light is absorbed by that paper and doesn't pass through.
But if we take something like a little glass jar, right here, look what happens. Bam.
So some of the light comes through, some of the light doesn't. If light comes all the way through something, we call that being transparent, means it's clear. And if it's some of the light is changed and moved around, we call that translucent. Means some of the light gets through, but not all of it.
So this is like translucent.
And this would be something that's opaque.
A fork.
Fork. You see the exact shape.
Exactly.
There are some things that are also reflective. And a good example of that would be this tinfoil.
Ow, oh my eyes.
So the tinfoil is reflecting the light. And you want to make sure you don't point it right at you.
So, as you can see, it is opaque with the shadow, but it's also reflective. It reflects the light.
You're absolutely right.
I don't mean to shine in your eyes.
So today's program program is brought to you by the Children's Services Council of Palm Beach County,
Primetime, and Literacy Coalition's Stories and STEM.
Thanks so much for watching.
And we'll see you next time on the next Stories in STEM. Cut!